to the Soul Alignment channel. Today we're talking about, again, the lessons inside of the lessons. So I have a lesson today that I had to learn, you know, in the moment of still recognizing things that I need to work on or things that I talk about, like, how I feel like things should be, where I recognize I'm not showing up in certain areas when it comes to certain things. And one of those things is like, I'm a big communicator. Like, if something's wrong, say it. If you don't say anything, I don't know. Like, communication is key to any relationship. So I'm big on communication, but I'm recognizing in some areas, okay, when it comes to people that's close to me, my loved ones, friends, yes, we talking. Let's have the conversation. But if it's people that, I don't really know like that, I may not speak up. It's not because I'm scared to say something. It's more so of like I'm thinking about the other person's feelings. And so, um, let's just talk about the business, as far as business transactions or business relationships, right? So I got up today and I decided I'm going to treat myself and go get my eyebrows done. And I haven't been in a while to get my eyebrows threaded. So I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna go treat myself. And I found this lady a couple of years ago, and I found her just based off of her reviews. Because I had been to other places in the past that completely butchered my eyebrows. And so I was like, you know what? I need to find somebody that's really good. So I started looking online and looked at these reviews for the lady that I had been going to the last couple of years, and her reviews were amazing. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to her. And so when I got there, I was pleasantly surprised at her work and just how sweet she was as a person. Like, she's just so sweet. As soon as she see you, she greets you with a hug. She show her appreciation for you allowing her to service you for your eyebrows. Like, just the gratitude of you coming to her and just the love that she showed to her clients. I absolutely love that. And I was like, I haven't been anywhere where I have that warm welcome when I go into a place, or just feeling like I'm appreciated for, showing up as a client. And so I have been going to her for about 2 years, and the last maybe year or so, a couple of times I went, I noticed she I felt like she wasn't showing up in her work how she was in the past. So I felt like she was slacking, and she messed up my eyebrows twice. And I kept going back, and then I kept saying, why you keep going back if you feel like she ain't showing up how she used to show up? And I didn't say anything. I just decided, hey, I'm gonna start going somewhere else. So I went to this one place, and they were good, but like I said, the service wasn't the same. It wasn't that warm welcome. It wasn't, the conversation of checking in with me and me checking in with them, and just, I love that welcoming vibe. And so I stopped going to her. And then today when I got up, I was like, you know what? Where am I going? Am I going to go to the place I've been going to the last couple of times, or am I going to go back to her? And so I was just guided to go back to her. And in that moment of me asking that question, it was like, you need to go back just because you need to simply have the conversation. You need to go back because you appreciate that warm welcome. You appreciate that love that you get when you go there, and it's rare. I'm like, you don't get that type of service everywhere you go. So it's a gem. So I was like, you need to have the conversation with her and just tell her how you've been feeling or why you stopped coming to her, because you didn't give her a chance to even make it right. And I was like, I think so many of us do that. Like, if we're not happy with something, we may not even say anything to the person, and then we go in the reviews and we leave in bad reviews or whatever, and you never spoke up. You never gave the person a chance to fix it. And I'm somebody who always say, if you don't say anything, how do the person know, right? In my last live, I was talking about how we're all teachers and students. And for me, as I was driving there today, I was like, you didn't give her a chance to grow in her skill because you didn't show her, or you didn't tell her like, hey, you messed up here, or I don't like when you do this way, or whatever. Like, you didn't communicate with her, so that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. You don't know what type of day she was having. You don't know, whatever. You don't know what threw her off her game. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you didn't communicate is all the more reason why you need to go back. And so I went there today, and when I was driving, I was just like, man, I just missed that. Like, I appreciate that warm welcome. I appreciate when I'm in her chair and her talking to me and asking me how my kid's doing, and I'm talking to her, and just that genuine interest. Like, you can tell she really do have a pure heart, and I really do appreciate that. So I went there today, and of course they had people in the shop. They had a lot of people in there, and at first I was like, you know what? I'm kind of nervous. Like, I don't want to say anything in front of all these people, But after she was done, I just had the conversation with her. And I was like, I just want to tell you why I haven't been here in a while. Because when I walked in, she was like, oh, Queen, I haven't seen you in so long. And I just told her, I said, I was feeling some type of way because I felt like your service wasn't as good as it was in the past, and you did mess up on my eyebrows twice. I said it was my fault because I didn't say anything. So I apologize for that. I said, but I want you to know that I decided to come here today because I really just appreciate how you show up in your business. You know what I'm saying? The warm welcome that you give to everybody who walked through that door. You know what I'm saying? The love that you show to your clients, the appreciation that you show for people trusting you to do their eyebrows or whatever other services that you do, And so we just was talking. I started crying. I was like, I don't want to get emotional, but like, this was a lesson for me because I say it all the time. It's like, if you don't say anything, how do people know? How do people know? How would they know how to grow in that area if you don't speak up and say something? Like, we hold so much in, and we have to stop doing that. We have to communicate, even when it's hard. Huh? Ribbon?
Yeah.
No.
Or like,
I don't know. I don't have no ribbon or string.
oh, okay.
All right. But yeah, I was like, if we don't say anything, like, how do people know? And that's something that's huge for me. So when I recognize that, oh, you doing that thing that you be calling people out about, I was like, oh, I gotta fix this. I have to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, in that moment, if something's not right, she was like, yeah, Queen, if you don't like something or if I mess up, she was like, please tell me. Like, I am in a space where I always want to learn and grow, and perfect my craft, the best way I can. She was like, but it's not about the money for me. Just knowing that my clients are happy with their service. Like, that's what's important to me. And she's just such a sweetheart. Like, I'm just so glad that I was guided to go and do that today, and like just really trusting my intuition when I asked like, where should I go? And when that came up for me, it was like, oh yeah, you have to make this right because you are somebody who preach this all the time. And it's like, man, if we don't say anything, people never know. Like, if somebody hurts you, or somebody hurts your feelings, and you just sit there and you laugh or whatever, like, you acting like it's funny, but then you really hurt inside and you walk away and you never said nothing to that person. They never know they hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I'm real big on, like, if it's like just some other type of business, if my stuff ain't right, I'm going to say something. You know what I'm saying? But for her, I just, like I said, I think just how genuine she is and how sweet she is, I guess I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I didn't say anything. So, it was a lesson for me that I learned, a lesson inside of the lesson. It was like, no, you still have to speak up even when the person is the sweetest of the sweetest person. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not saying anything to hurt their feelings. You're just letting them know, like, hey, I don't like this, or hey, you messed up here, and like I feel like my eyebrows are getting thinner or whatever, you know. So we really have to just start speaking up for ourselves no matter what the situation is, and just getting out of our comfort zone, like for real. So even today, like for me to talk to her in front of all of those people was me getting out of my comfort zone, you know, because I don't know them, they don't know me, but I feel like even in that, somebody got to learn something, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, just speak up. But I'm so glad that I did that. um and then yeah, my daughter, she been doing lashes, and our goal today was for her to start practicing on me so she could start doing other people's lashes. But she was freaking out and nervous, so she taught me how to put them on myself. I don't usually wear lashes, but she taught me how to do them on myself. I'm like, I'm pretty impressed. I did a pretty good job. I might need to start doing lashes myself. But yeah, it's that for me. It's like, yeah, there is so much of that going on. It's like, especially when you don't say nothing and then you go on and you writing bad reviews on people and you didn't speak up. That ain't fair. That ain't fair. And if you ain't giving people the opportunity to learn and grow by you speaking up when something's not right, that's not fair. You know? So I always say, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. And then also, you know, treat yourself how you want others to treat you. So just that equal exchange. So it's like I want somebody to speak up. So me being somebody who provides a service, it was like if you did something wrong or if somebody wasn't pleased with the service that you provided, you would want them to say something to you so you can grow. Yes, it's right there. So you can learn and grow in that area. So that lesson today was very huge for me because I was like, I want somebody to say something. I want to learn and grow in my area. I'm not always gonna have it right. I'm not gonna always, you know, uh, do everything perfect. But I would like you to speak up and say something to me if you're uncomfortable, if something didn't feel right, like, oh, you could have did this better. I didn't like how this was about the service or whatever. So that communication piece is really important. And yeah, I learned a very valuable lesson today. I was like, oh yeah, you speak up and you communicate, but you did not communicate in this situation. You just bailed, and she had no idea why you was gone, and that was not fair to her, especially just being the type of person that she is. It was not fair. And then going to these other places and just not, like I said, not getting that warm welcome. I missed that. I was like, I didn't know how much I appreciated it until it wasn't there, you know. So I was like, if there's an opportunity for her to you know, if she make a mistake, correct that mistake by me going back and communicating and speaking up. Just that warm welcome is enough for me to do that, enough for me to show up and just speak up if something's not right. You know what I'm saying? So we both learned a lesson today, and she just really appreciated me just being honest and transparent with her, you know. So I really enjoyed that. I really appreciated that. And I'm not gonna keep this live too long. I just wanted to get on here and talk about that because I know it's a thing. It's a thing. And a lot of times we complain about situations and things that we never even spoke up about. You know what I'm saying? To the person. We never said anything. And I feel like if you didn't say anything, like, you don't have the right to complain if you didn't speak up for yourself to allow the person to make it right. Now it's different if you spoke up and they wasn't willing to fix it or they wasn't willing to make it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, then go complain, go and, you know, do all the things, write the reviews and do all the things that people do, you know. But a lot of times we are not saying anything, and we go complain to our friends and, you know, all the people except for that person. So That, yeah, I needed that. I needed that today. I needed that for me, you know? So it was very healing to just be able to have that conversation with somebody. Like I said, I have a relationship with, because I go to her for a service and we talk, but I don't really know her like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the people who I'm comfortable with, who I have good relationships with, oh, we talking. We gonna have all the talks. If you do something I don't like, I'm saying something. Okay, we gonna have the conversation of, I feel like I did something to you, I'm gonna pick up the phone, we're gonna have the conversation. But it's different when when you're not close with people like that, So I'm grateful for that experience today. I'm grateful that I got out and treated myself just to go get my eyebrows done, because it was looking real, crazy. But yeah, so I enjoyed today, that lesson, because over here, I'm just open to learning and growing. And sometimes I think I have that thing mastered, and I'm like, you know what, I'm doing good in this area. Yeah, and the divine come and say, oh, wait, you're doing good in what area? But what about that little situation over there that you ran from? You didn't speak up about. Yeah, somebody mess up your coffee, you go say something. So I think it's different too, right? So if it's people that I don't know, like, I'm going to get food or a drink or something, I ain't worrying about, no, y'all gonna fix this. But like I said, with her, she's just so sweet and just so loving. I just was kind of like, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to hurt her feelings, or, whatever. But it was like, but what about your eyebrows? So it's just the whole thing. It's the whole thing. But we're constantly learning and growing about ourselves. Like, for real. Even when you think you got it all figured out, there's some area somewhere that you still slacking. You still slacking it. So I was still slacking. I was like, okay, nope, you were not being fair in this situation. So I'm so grateful that I went back, and she did a really good job today. I really like my not lashes, because I did those myself, but my eyebrows. I was really happy with today. So I'm gonna keep going back to her, because she is really good at what she do. And like I said, we don't know what's going on with people in every moment of their life. Like, what would throw somebody off their game? What's happening in their personal life that may throw them off their game? Or, you just got comfortable, right? Because some people, they're so good at something and they just get comfortable. And then they're like, I got this. And see, when you get too comfortable and you close yourself off from growing and advancing in that technique that you're doing. And even as I'm talking about this, like, I'm still learning right now, because it's like, even with me doing assistant stretch, I don't want to get comfortable. I always want to learn different techniques, and everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? I just had an experience where I worked on a deaf couple, and I had never, that's challenging all in itself, because like, a huge part of me doing what I do is the communication. But I didn't let that stop me. I was like, okay, we can write on a notepad. I can communicate this way. It took a little longer, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that to say, like, don't get so comfortable in what you're doing to where you start slacking, or you're not opening yourself up to continuing to want to be better. How can I perfect this? Like, I know I'm good, but I want to be better. Let me keep finding ways to be better at this, So it's that. I'm here for the lessons inside of the lessons. Y'all, we learn in every single moment of the day if your heart is open to learning and growing. Everybody's heart ain't open to learning and growing. We can see that for ourselves. But I am. And I know there's a lot of people who hearts are open to learning and growing. So that's what we focusing on. So I'm just here for the lessons. I'm here for the lessons. Some of them hard. Some of them I may still be running from, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna come up. Because every day I'm recognizing, oh wait, you still need to work on this little area right here. But yeah. Yeah, but that's it for this one. I'm about to cut this one short. I just wanted to talk about that. And I'm just, like I said, I'm really grateful for that experience. So, peace, love, and light. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.